Ladies and gentlemen, Flushing Town Hall is proud to present Ted Alexandro.
All right, well, thank you. That is very, very nice. I appreciate that. I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited. You feel it a little bit? Yeah, me too, man. It's great. So, yeah, feeling good, trying to keep in shape, trying to eat healthy. Tough in New York. A lot of fast food out there. They got places like 2, 3 fast food joints in the same building, right? I went to a place the other day, had like Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, and Dunkin' Donuts under the same roof. It's like, what do you want me to take a shit right on the counter? What do you want? What do you want? You win. I just ordered a pizza with munchkins. It's over. I surrender. Too much food, right? Taco Bell, you go there? Ugh. I think all the value meals at Taco Bell should be called number 2. Bad news. Ugh. White Castle. I think Taco Bell is Spanish for White Castle. I don't speak the language, but it's got to be the same shit. A lot of diets out there, all the different diets. I was reading about this diet. You could eat as much as you want. As much as you want. It's always really specific things. Like from 9 to 12, you could eat asparagus as much as you want. You could just eat as much as you want. Then from 12 to 7, you drink water as much as you want. You could just drink as much as you want. Then from 7 to whenever you go to bed, you cry. You just cry as much as you want because you're starving. You're really hungry and you're gonna wanna cry as much as you want. I like a good cry from time to time, Just let it out. It's embarrassing if you get caught crying unexpectedly. I think I'd rather get caught masturbating than crying. Although I'm usually doing them both at the same time, so... kind of a 2 birds, 1 stone scenario. Why are you crying? And why are your pants down? Trying to keep in shape, Belong to a gym now. Well, let me rephrase that. I don't belong there at all, but I go. Big guys at the gym. Have you seen the big gym guys? The ones I'm talking about? Big fucking gym guys, right? Walking around. That's the way they say hello to each other. It's like big pigeons just walking around. Big, always asking each other what part of the body they're working out that day. Like, what are you working out today? Back and buys. What are you working out? Ass and head. I had no idea. First time I went, they're like, what are you working out today? I was like, childhood issues? Is there a machine for that? No? Okay, thanks. They're big. They always want to give you a spot, too, right? Guys want to spot you. And they yell at you like, all you. I was like, some you. It's too heavy. A little bit me, mostly you. I was working out next to this huge guy the other day. He's lifting massive amounts of weight. After he finishes, he turns to me. He's like, dude, there's got to be an easier way. I'm like, yeah, look at me. That's easier. I didn't even have a weight in my hand. It was just going like this. Some of the big guys will carry like little journals around with them, like they document things as they're working out. I have no idea what the hell they're writing, and they're like, "Dear diary, today I lifted 300 pounds. I'm fucking huge. I will continue to write because my arms are stuck in this position. Love me." Big guys. I like to do a lot of cardiovascular exercise, you know? I like to jump rope. But it's hard to find two people to turn who are willing to sing. You know what I mean? It's not that easy. Sometimes if they don't have the rope there, I'll just do the jumping motion. And there was this old guy in the Stairmaster. He's like, "Why don't you use a real rope?" I was like, "Why don't you climb real stairs? Why doesn't she ride a real bike? This whole place is a sham. Why do you gotta single me out?" Yeah, man. All right. Thank you. So this is exciting, man. Holiday time, it's just about here. Well, I guess it's here, right? Halloween. We just had Halloween. People dressing up, right? Trick or treat. We never know what's it gonna be. Right? Jehovah's Witnesses don't celebrate Halloween, which is odd because you would think a holiday where you ring people's doorbells would be right up their alleys. More candy for me. People say strange things around holidays, you notice that? Be like, "Hey, happy Thanksgiving if I don't see you." "Hey, if I don't see you, have a happy Thanksgiving." What the hell does this mean? If I do see you, I hope your Thanksgiving blows. Really bad. But if I don't see you, happy. I like the New Year's. That's always a fun celebration. It's so bizarre that we're drunk. We're counting backwards. Like, when did this tradition start? Did they have it back in ancient times, like in ancient Rome? Did they have the countdown and be like, X, IX, VIII, VIIV. I'm out. Happy New Year, Hoppocles. I am out. I will see you at the vomitorium. Start to make resolutions around New Year's. People do that. You try to get in shape, you know, lose weight. I'm trying to shop healthier now. But certain things are strange. Like, why do we grade our beef in this country? You know what I mean? Grade A beef. Yeah, like anyone's gonna want the cow that got bad grades. Be like, "Yeah, let me get the special ed beef." Yeah, from the dyslexic cow. The one going, "Ooh, ooh," banging her head on the barn. Ooh, that's the one I want. Give me some of that beef. I'll take it to go. No problem. I'll wait. Thanksgiving's coming up. That's always fun. Last Thanksgiving, true story, I go over to my mom and dad's for Thanksgiving dinner, and my mom, for traditional Thanksgiving dinner, orders Boston Market. You believe that? Boston Market, but she serves it in her own china, right? So the guests wouldn't know. But my brothers and sisters and I would drop subtle hints. We'd be like, "So Mom, do we get two sides with the turkey? Is it two or is it just the cornbread? What's the policy?" She was like, "Just take what you want and pass it." I was like, "You know, can I see your manager? Because I really don't like your attitude at all. You know, I've been eating here a long time, all right? Don't get sassy with me, sarsaparilla." I think the biggest thing at my family parties is deciding what we're gonna do with the plastic forks. You know what I mean? Are we keeping the forks? Are we gonna keep the forks? Because you can wash them. You wash them, then you use them again. Okay, so we're gonna throw the cups, but we're keeping the forks. We're gonna keep them, because you can wash them to use them. And you can tell how old you are based on how you feel about the forks. Because when I was younger, I was like, fucking throw the forks. Who cares? We'll get more. On behalf of the entire kiddie table, we say, fuck the forks. That's how we feel about the situation. So now I'm a little older, I'm like, well, you know, maybe we should keep the forks. You know, because you can wash them. You know, on second thought, I'd keep the cups, too. Keep them, we'll wash them. We'll use them. Holiday time, right? And before you know it, Martin Luther King Jr. Day's here, right? That always creeps up on you. Right? You too? Yeah. Never shop in time. I was, But I honor the spirit of Rosa Parks. I don't give up my seat for anyone. I don't care if you're old, crippled, pregnant. I ain't moving. I refuse to tarnish her legacy. But we've got to come together, right? We've got to find ways to come together. Like, since February is Black History Month, I think we should all pronounce it Valentine's Day. Little ways to bring us together instead of apart. That's what I'm always thinking. A lot of different names for each other, all the different politically correct names. Asian American, Latino American, African American, Caucasian American. I've never been to Caucasia because I don't know where the hell it is. I would love to visit the motherland someday if somebody could point it out on a map. How I long to frolic amongst my people and do the dance of the Caucasian. That was a little extra Caucasian-y. So, a lot of stuff going on in the news. News stories don't really resolve anymore, right? Kind of just fade away. Like, remember Bin Laden? The fuck happened to that guy, right? It was like, dead or alive, dead or alive! Then it was like, nah, we looked. We gave it a shot. It was hot. Did you read that prior to the war, Bush said our intelligence was darn good? He said we had darn good intelligence. How long before this guy compares life to a box of chocolates? I mean, I don't mind having a retarded president. Just be honest about it. It's inspiring in a way, like whatever he puts his mind to, he gets it done. Right? Loses the election, still becomes president. The UN rejects the war, still goes to war. I'm starting to think he was never really accepted to Yale, he just showed up on campus. Can't be stopped. Retarded president, and I'm pretty sure a dead vice president. Has anyone seen this guy breathing? It's like Weekend at Cheney's. They just prop him up and carry him around from place to place. With a pair of sunglasses on. It's genius. I'm starting to think the whole thing was just a bet, you know? That's my new theory. It was just a bet. Like someone said, I bet you we can beat Gore, the fucking retarded guy. He's like, yeah, so? I'm not finished. And a dead guy. No way! I want a piece of that action. Put me down. And it worked. They won the bet. Now that he's got terror under control, what is he going after? The gays, right? No gay marriage. We must stop the gays with their weapons of ass destruction. I think it's time for a woman president. That's what I think. I think it would be fun, you know? It would be different. Like, instead of declaring war, I think a woman would declare, like, the silent treatment. Right? Be like, everyone, we are not talking to Iraq. No. I am so pissed at them right now. If you see them, do not talk to them. Pass it on. Pass it on. I'm so pissed. I can't even tell. That reminds me, get Korea online too. Just be fun, you know? War is difficult, though. War is difficult because we send people over that we care about, people that we love. Which is why I think we should ban abortion and then raise those babies as our military. Right? Nobody gives a shit about them. We'll send them over. 20 years later, the mother gets a telegram. Remember that abortion you wanted? Done. God bless America. I'll be running for president on that platform in about 5 years, so if you could spread the word. It's going to be kind of a grassroots campaign. A lot of stuff going on, though. We had the 2-year anniversary of 9/11. I stopped watching the news after a while. It's kind of depressing, same stories over and over again. I started watching the entertainment news. That was a good diversion. I saw an interview with one of the Backstreet Boys. He was like, you know, when something like this happens, it makes you feel like what you do is insignificant. And I thought, you know, you should feel that way all the time. Because what you do is insignificant. Hold on to that feeling, AJ. Made things real patriotic, though, right? Especially around the holidays, all the lights were red, white, and blue. All the wreaths and ribbons, red, white, and blue. I took it all the way, though, like for my nativity scene. I had the baby Jesus wrapped in the American flag. Then I had the 3 wise men going through security. You know what I'm saying, right? Because they're not just wise, they're also Middle Eastern. Can't be too careful. It's the baby Jesus. How do I know that's myrrh? Security's tight, though. They got the military guys in the airports, full camouflage, machine guns. I noticed they also have canteens. I was like, dude, there's a food court right there. You don't gotta ration your water. Even if they run out, you can make it to the next terminal. Operation Mountain Dew, Johnny. Code Red. So you guys ever ask somebody how they're doing, and then you upgrade their response? You know what I mean? It's like, hey, how's it going? All right, good. Upgraded you. How's it going? Good, great. Bumped you up. Sometimes you have to downgrade people though they're a little too happy. It's like, how's it going? Phenomenal. Okay. Bring it down a couple of notches. You're a little too happy and it's irritating. Just tweak them down, right? I have friends who like to tell me about their dreams. You have friends like that? They're always so excited about it, right? Everyone always thinks their dream is the weirdest. Oh, I had the weirdest dream. No, come on, it was so weird. Come on. It's always this boring story. Like, oh, we were on this boat going down a river, but it was a river of gravy. How weird is that? And we weren't using an oar, it was a Q-tip. How weird is that? You're like, it isn't weird at all. It's boring. There's a reason you were asleep during this. I'm dozing off just listening to you. Wake me when the gravy boat docks. They'll bore you, right? Friends will tell you things you don't need to know. They'll tell you when they're hungry. That's a big friend thing. They gotta keep you posted, right? But they can never just tell you. It's gotta be this big, overly dramatic production. Like, dude. Dude, I'm starving. Dude, look at me, I'm starving. Right, then they gotta make that list for you. Dude, all I had was a bagel and a grape. Dude, right? It's always those same kind of things, like a muffin and a raisin. Come on, dude. You're like, well, eat something. Eat. What am I, sponsoring you? Eat. Make a sandwich. Nobody you know starves. Like, did you hear about Bob? No, what happened? He starved to death. Oh, really? I just saw him. He looked great. Well, turns out all he had was a bagel and a grape. Believe that shit? He was asking for it. I don't think I could sponsor a kid, though, you know? I don't think I could. Because we have so much food in this country. I'd feel guilty writing the kid a letter. He'd be like, Dear Jose, as I write this letter, I am sitting on a beanbag chair. That's right, beans. We have so much food in this country that we make furniture out of it. Oh yeah, how was that thimble of rice I sent you? Right back, in English. It's a sad joke, but funny. I don't like when people use the expression, you do the math. I'm like, I don't want to do it. You do it. It's your problem. A lot of times I use it like when there is no math involved, right? They'll be like, I was downtown, I had to pick up my laundry, had to go all the way uptown, so you do the math. Like, there's no numbers in what you just said. I'm not that good at math, but I think it needs a number. At least give me a variable, like X equals your laundry or something. Something to work with, you know? I'm not that financially savvy, you know? Like when people say the market is down, I'm like, where will we get our milk? So I'm single, which is nice, you know, for now. Being alone. No complications. Just you and your thoughts. I like being single. I often think about my future wife and how lax she's been about getting in touch with me. But to me, being single is a struggle between loneliness and euphoria. You know what I mean? It's like loneliness right before you go to bed at night, and euphoria the whole fucking rest of the day. Really happy. It's like a balance if you think about it. I like going online. You do that? You meet people online? You log on? Use your password? Only you know it? Right? Good place to meet people. I mean, where else can a 15-year-old girl from Mississippi meet me? a 17-year-old Norwegian boy. You know what I'm saying? Where else is that gonna happen? My friends are always trying to set me up on blind dates, which I don't really like. I don't like the whole blind date thing. Because it never works out, you know? Because when you're young, they tell you if you masturbate, you go blind. And ironically, I found if you go on enough blind dates, you masturbate. So it's really just a vicious cycle. Goes around, as does a cycle. I do, though. I masturbate. Entirely too much. Thank you. I think a hand is appropriate for that. Why not? There have been times when I've actually forced myself on myself. Yeah. I think we all know what I'm talking about. Master rape. Not a pretty sight. Nobody wins there, let me tell you. I don't advocate it. I just practice it. I need space, though, in a relationship. Do you need space in a relationship? It's important, right? I need so much space that I call up ex-girlfriends. I need more space. They're like, but we broke up. Yeah, I know, but I'm still gonna need more. Maybe you could move or something. Because I feel smothered. Marriage eventually, right? That's where it all leads to, I guess. Marriage. Waking up. Same person every day. Right where you left him. Right? Didn't even roll over or nothing. Gotta talk about your day every day. How was your day? Really? And then what happened? No way, back it up. All this happened today, or are you combining days? Because I am riveted. I don't even care about my own day. I gotta listen to somebody else fucking yapping. I think marriage is basically finding someone who you can tolerate. That's it, just someone who you can put up with. That's the blessed union. Which is why they use the word take in the marriage ceremony. It's like, can you take this one? Is your wife? Really? And you can take this one? All right, you do what you want to do. But I'm getting irritated just looking at you. You go right ahead. I have friends and family who are getting married now, which is exciting, you know? It's fun, I'm happy for them, but it just changes things a little. Like you go over their house, they'll have the married things in the house, right? They'll have like the spare roll of toilet paper with like a little knitted hat on it. You know what I mean? Like I live with two other guys. Like if we had that, somebody's wiping their ass with a hat at some point. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's flushing the hat. It's like it looks nice, but it serves a purpose. You guys ever have somebody call you by the wrong name repeatedly? And for whatever reason, you never bother to correct them. After a while, you start to kind of like it. My next door neighbors knew me as Kevin for like 8 years. I loved it until one day my mom slipped and told them my name was Ted. I was so annoyed. I was like, Mom, how could you do that? You know I'm Kevin. They needed me to be Kevin, and I was perfectly happy. And it was so embarrassing. The next time I saw my neighbors, they were like, why didn't you just tell us? And I was like, you liked me as Kevin. You accepted me as Kevin. When I was Kevin, the world was alive and everything was brand new. And I'm just afraid to lose all that now. They said, look, we liked you as Kevin, we'll like you as Todd. I suppose you will. Yes, I do. So this is nice. New York is home. Queens is home, so I'm home. Yeah. This is nice. I was in a New York City cab the other day, and the cab driver was listening to some music from his homeland, you know? Lucky me. So I figured I'll listen with an open mind, you know, maybe I'll learn something. But the more I listened, I realized that basically it sounded like somebody doing landscaping. I loved it, man. I bought the album. It's good stuff. You ever see those stickers on the back of cabs? How's my driving with the phone number? Like, why would I lift a finger to dial a phone when I can lift a finger and let you know exactly how I feel about you driving right then and there? Just cut out the old middleman, if you know what I mean. I don't like the whole bumper sticker thing in general, you know? Like, why are we so intent on the other motorists knowing something about us? So that when we cut them off, they can be like, hey, fuck you and your honor student kid. Maybe he can teach you how to signal before you change lanes. Right? And it's only the smart kids. You never see, like, my kid can't read this bumper sticker. Nothing like that seems to pop up on the old bumper road. My kid's an idiot. In fact, that's him running behind the car now. That's our Billy. We're awful proud. He keeps up most days. Run, Billy, run. Good boy. Daddy loves you. I made myself a daddy on that joke. And a loving daddy. Why not, if you're gonna be a daddy? So, I don't know, man. Just looking for a little mystery in life, you know? That's all I think I'm really looking for, a little mystery. Things you can't explain, right? A little mystery. Like you go to Mexico, they tell you don't drink the water. You go to any diner here, who brings you the water? It's a mystery. It's a mystery. Can't explain it, it's a mystery. Taking a lot of naps lately. I like a good nap, you know? Get away from everything. Because a nap's like a little suicide in the middle of the day. Right? Sometimes you even leave a note, like, I'm taking a nap. Leave me alone. P.S. It's not your fault. I need a new pillow, though. I will say that. My pillow's getting old, you know? It's a feather pillow, and the feathers are popping out, like, from the feather side, but also from the pointy side, right? Sometimes I wake up, I look like I lost a cockfight. Got, like, feathers in my hair, scratches on my face, Mexican guys around the bed collecting money, offering me water. It's tough to sleep like that. I like music. I like all different kinds. I love that song with the girl singer and the rapper. What's the name of that song? Oh yeah, Every Song. Right? Enough with that little combo. Too much. And rappers like to misspell things too, right? Have you noticed that? They'll use a Z instead of an S. Maybe a Y instead of an I. If I was their accountant, I would do that with numbers. I'd be like, yo, here's your check. I used a 1 instead of a 5. Just keeping it real. Gonna embezzle my nezzle. So, yeah, it's getting chilly that time of year, you know? It is. It's a chilly time of year. Cleavage season, just about over. I'm gonna miss it, you know? Because cleavage, like when it first pops out, It's almost like Groundhog's Day. Right? It's like, oh, it's gonna be an early spring. Keep that. Because cleavage just lets you know that there's still good in the world. It's almost like seeing a newborn baby. Sometimes I even talk baby talk to cleavage. I'll be like, yes, you are. Yes, you are. Who's all scrunched together? You are. Yes, you are. Yeah. They're adorable. Twins? Eternal. Girls dress sexy, right? We appreciate it. Even sweatpants now, kind of sexy, right? They're tight. Girls roll them up. Maybe a couple extra rolls, right? They get the writing on the ass, like sexy, and baby doll, and look at my ass. I'm like, excellent. I've been meaning to read more. I'm tearing through 5, 6 asses a day. Sometimes I just read half and stick a bookmark in. Yeah, why not? Huh? Why not? So I'm Catholic. I go to church 2, as many as 3 times a year. You ever been in church, preachers preaching, choirs singing, you look up at the crucifix and you think, man, Jesus had great abs. You know what I'm saying? Because he was cut, you know? Could have had his own workout video, like abs of a savior, 3-day abs. Because that's what you want in a savior. You want him to be in shape. Because have you seen Buddha? Sloppy. Slopola. A few crunches, boo, just clean it up. That's all we're saying, a little regimen for the Buddha man. So, you guys like, do you like dogs? We have a dog crowd here. Yeah? Do you? Do you have one? Do you have a dog, sir? She died. Well, that's kind of a sad thing to bring us all down with. Appreciate that. Hope you're happy. I'm sorry, was it recent? No, like what, fucking 10 years ago? She died, man. I don't even know where she was. She got hit by a truck or something. I don't know. I was supposed to be watching her. Had shit to do. Started off sad, but then we didn't give a shit about the dog, right? Yeah. Apparently there was not much of a relationship. I'm with you, man. I don't really care about dogs, you know? I don't. Because you know what? It's more the owners. Like, owners are always making excuses for the dog's behavior, right? It's like, oh, she just likes you. She's being playful. Yeah, well, she's biting my ass. Could you maybe do something about that? Because just a hunch, I may need my ass. It's like they lose all ability to gauge what's acceptable behavior just because it's a dog. Like if my grandmother was jumping up on your lap, licking your crotch, I wouldn't dismiss it with, she just likes you. She's being playful. Go on, Grandma. Lick balls. Good girl. Good girl. Who's my grandma? You are. Yes, you are. Licky-loo. Licky-loo. So it is getting cold, man. We're switching over to the winter sports, right? It's that time of year, switching, making the switch. Time for the winter sports, hardcore, figure skating. Right? You like it? You know what I like about figure skating? I like when they fall. Right? Because you know they're not gonna win. Like if you fall, I say just get off the ice. Just tip your wedgie ass off the ice and hope that nobody notices. Because you're not gonna win. I don't care what you do for the rest of your program. Backflips, drive the Zamboni. Make snow cones for the judges. You're not gonna win. It's like your driver's test. If you hit somebody, pull over. You're not getting your license. Reschedule. Gassy. I don't know where that came from. That wasn't on the set list. Gassy discharge. So what were we talking about? I don't even remember. Ice skating, yeah. You know what I like the figure skating? I like the Disney on Ice shows. Sometimes when I tell this joke, I make up a fictional niece or nephew, and I pretend that I took them. I don't know why I do it. Like when I'm doing it on stage, I'm like, I don't have a niece or nephew. I swear to you, I don't know. I'm like, I took my niece and nephew to a Disney on Ice show. And then people are like, oh, really? I'm like, yeah. Kind of like you with your dog, man. It's tough living a life like this, right? Just fucking bullshitting all the time. But I do like the Disney on Ice shows, because it's funny to me that they take every show that they do, then they have to put it on ice. Right? It's like Beauty and the Beast. Oh, Mommy, please, Beauty and the Beast on ice. Mommy, please, I promise, please. Pocahontas. Mommy, please, Pocahontas on ice. Mommy, please, she's on ice. Hunchback. Hunchback on ice. The guy can barely walk. Do we really need to see him try to land a triple Lutz? I don't need to see that. If anything, flip him over on the ice. Maybe the swelling will go down. That's a good hunchback, yeah. Now the ice is your friend, isn't it, Hunchy? Sure it is, Huncharoo. Sure it is. I like the cold weather, though, you know. I like the snow once the snow comes around, especially around the holidays. I like to watch the different neighbors on my block shoveling. You know, you got those neighbors who start shoveling like when the storm is predicted, right? They're like catching flakes on the way down, just, like, staying ahead of the storm, right? You always got like one old lady with a broom. She's smiling and she's doing a better job than you, right? Then you got the one neighbor, the cocky bastard. You know who I'm talking about. Snowblower, right? He's looking over like, he's got no accumulation. Suddenly you got like 8 feet. How the hell did that happen? You ever been shoveling and you hit a crack? Right? You're just going along, minding your business. That's usually the point at which the neighbor with the snowblower is looking over like, you're like, thanks a lot, man. Hey, if you see my nuts, could you blow them back over? If you get a chance. No rush, just my nuts. Whatever. No rush. I don't need them. Let me get around to it. We need things fast now, right? Everything's got to be fast. We can now get glasses in about an hour. Film developed in an hour. Pizza delivered to your door in 30 minutes or less, or the pizza's half price. So the really important things we can get quickly and efficiently. A few years ago, I had to go to the emergency room to get stitches in my chin. Slightly more urgent than the speed with which my pizza arrives. And I'm waiting there for 3 hours. 3 hours. I'm thinking in this time I could have ordered 3 pair of glasses, developed 3 rolls of film, and ordered 6 pizzas. Set up the entire emergency room. Pizza for everyone, glasses all around, and somebody take pictures. Because I want this on record. But I learned my lesson because about a year later, I burned my hand. But rather than going back to the emergency room, I immediately called up Domino's Pizza and asked if their drivers were equipped with first aid supplies. They said yes. I said, let me get a large pepperoni. "45 minutes later, I'm all bandaged up eating half-price pizza. You do the man. Yeah, man. Thank you. So, I haven't always been a funny man. At least not professionally. I used to be a teacher. I taught. Yeah? That's what I used to do. I went to school here at Queens College. Yeah. Yep. Which is a commuter school. Not a real party atmosphere. You know? All your friends are going off, yeah, party, well, going off away to school. You know, commuter school, what's the craziest thing you could do? It's like park illegally. Dude, I'm at a hydrant right now. Got my master's in elementary education, which means I've mastered kindergarten through 5th grade. Anything you need to know about blocks or nap time, I'm your man. Teaching was fun though, you know. I was a music teacher. Teaching K through 5. Yeah? Yeah, thank you. Either you like music or you like teachers, but I'm with you either way. I like music. I like teaching music. It was fun, you know? It was just bizarre though, being the adult all of a sudden. You gotta figure things out. Kids come running up to you like, Billy's got a marble in his ass. What? In his ass? Did he try to blow it out or anything? I don't know, tell him to have another taco at lunch, I don't know. I didn't read the chapter about the marble in the ass. Crazy things all the time. Teaching music was fun because kids love to sing. You know, they'll sing the same songs over and over again. Every time like it's the first time. Like the song The Wheels on the Bus. They love that song. By the end of the day, I was ready to lay down in front of the bus. Like, let's go, round and round. Crank it up. Swish, swish, swish. I know the whole damn song. I taught the recorder for a while, which is, yeah. It's like Satan's flute, pretty much, if you're familiar with it. I only taught him 3 notes, B, A, and G. You just learned what I would teach a whole year. Get a good look, B, A, and G. I just always hoped that they would never realize that 3 Blind Mice and Hot Cross Buns were the exact same freaking song. Nobody ever did. One time a kid came up to me, hey, Mr. Alexandro, this is a C. I was like, shut the hell up. B, A, and G. That's it. Sit down. Sit down. The little ones especially were fun because, like, little kids can't really differentiate between male and female, so I was always Mrs. Alexandro. Right? And at first you try to correct them, you're like, it's Mr. Alexandro. I'm a man. Then after a few weeks, you're like, it's Miss Alexandro. I'm not married. You just meet him halfway, you know? Compromise. I liked watching kids try to say the Pledge of Allegiance, you know? They have no idea what the hell they're saying. They'll try to say it right, but it'll come out like anything. They'll be like, and tuna republic, 4 midgets stand, 1 Asian, Wonder Bra, invisible, Miss Liberty, injustice for all. Right? And then the other kids will correct him, and he'll be like, it's not for midget stand. It's for witches stand. So stupid. He thought it was for midget stand. It's for witches stand, one Asian, one the bra. I always loved kindergarten. Kindergarten was fun because you're not expected to know anything. You can walk in the first day, I know absolutely nothing. Teacher will say, you've come to the right place. Welcome to kindergarten. Because kindergarten, you're learning things you're gonna need to know. Things like the alphabet. You don't see too many kindergarten kids sitting around doing their letters complaining. When are we gonna need this in real life? Let's see how this applies to the real world. But they're gonna need it, and they know that. And if they don't know it, there's usually a kid in the class that'll tell them. Kid will be like, my brother, he's in the 3rd grade. And he says, you could spell things with these letters. Who knew? Your name, for instance, there's a way that you could spell it. I'm not sure exactly how. I'm still just experimenting with these letters. But it could be spelled. Oh, yes, it could be spelled. Even you, Xavier, it could be spelled. Pretty sure. My favorite teachers, though, were always the art teachers, you know? I always loved art teachers because they were so bizarre, right? They were like the homeless people of the faculty. All dirty and disheveled, always like digging through the garbage, looking for bottles and egg cartons and things. Or like pick up a paper clip and put it in the wagon, they might need it at some point. Right? Just all disorganized, always making announcements when you're on your way out the door. Be like, people, listen up. People, get him. People, if any of your neighbors or relatives have any paper towel rolls, start bringing them in. We're gonna be making vases for Mother's Day. Vases. These people like friggin' MacGyver, for crying out loud. An egg carton becomes a bouquet of flowers. And it always backfired on me because around Mother's Day, my mom would get all depressed and start yelling at us how we were selfish and only thought of ourselves, which only made it worse because then you had to whip out the paper towel roller. Huh? You were saying? And I believe this pasta necklace is yours too. I love you, Ma. Now put on the rigatoni. We are going out, foxy lady. Pasta goes with everything. You remember when a kid would puke in school? It's kind of scary but exciting at the same time, right? Could be your best friend, you totally abandon him, like, holy shit. I don't even think we had peas and carrots today. Then the guy shows up with a bucket of sawdust. What is he, like the fucking puke fairy? What is that? Like, have no fear, children. I am the puke fairy. I will sprinkle my magic puke dust and make it all disappear. Do not look directly into the puke, but make a wish before I sleep it up. Bye, puke fairy. Thanks. Puke fairy. Making it safe. Remember lining up? Lining up. Should take like 2 seconds. Takes all day. Teacher's like, when I see a table that is ready to line up, I will call you. This can take as long as you would like. Excellent. Table 1 lineup. Table 1 loses their minds like, "Wah!" Table 1, sit down. Oh. Apparently table 1 doesn't want to go to lunch today. We can be here all day long. Then the other tables start to try to be extra good to get noticed, right? Teacher's not sure if they're constipated or what's going on. Like, table 4, you better line up. I don't think we have a shit fairy. You better line it up. This could get messy. Quick. Best time of all, though, when you're in school, best time of all is when you get a substitute teacher. You remember that? When you get a sub, pandemonium. Party time. As soon as the sub walks in the door, the rules fly right out the window. Everybody's changing seats. It's like, sit anywhere. She'll never know. How could she know? She's a sub. Right? You do that little sub dance. You're like... Even kids who couldn't dance be like... You walk in like, what do we have, a sub? Uh-huh. And there was always one part of the sub's name that could be made fun of. Like Mrs. Tittleman, Mrs. Dinglehoffer. Where do they find these people? I think that's how you got to be a sub. The review board was like, I'm sorry, Mr. Smith, we just don't have any work at this point. Mr. Wilcox, right this way. We've got something for you. Just follow Mrs. Horback through that door, and we will start you on Monday. Yes, we will. So, I don't know if you know or not, but I got arrested down at Mardi Gras. Yeah, thanks. Hey, all right. Support? A little support? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I got arrested down at Mardi Gras. Lewd conduct was what the law called it. I call it pants around the ankles, having a little fun. Semantics, really. Pants came down, you know, Bourbon Street. Lewd conduct, I mean, that's why I'm down there, to conduct myself lewdly. It's the purpose of the trip, officer. But yeah, pants came down, handcuffs slapped on. I don't know a lot about prison, but I do know handcuffed with your pants down is not a good way to arrive. But it wound up being good preparation because about 6 months after that, I was cast on Oz on HBO. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, it was kind of cool. And, you know, the way that I got cast was exciting because it was unexpected. I was doing a show at a comedy club in New York City, and unbeknownst to me, the producer of Oz happened to be there that night. So he called me up the next day and said, saw your show, I'd like to have you in for a meeting. So I was like, great. So I go to meet the guy. He's like, so are you willing to take it in the ass? I was like, right now? He was like, no, on the show. I was like, oh, yeah, all right. Close one. But it made me think about the whole prison thing. I think if a guy ever tried to rape me, I would immediately try to rape him back. I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm raping you. What are you, fucking crazy? Get away from me. I'm raping you. What are you, fucking nuts? Get away from me. Finally, he'd get all fed up, like, you know, I don't even want to rape you anymore. Then word would get out on the cell that I was a difficult rape. He'd be like, yeah, he tries to rape you back. Really? Can he do that? Yeah, he does it. He, like, follows you around. It's really uncomfortable. So I saw something funny the other day. I saw a cop on a bike. Have you seen? Cop. on a bike. Aren't we getting a little too recreational here? I mean, what's next? The cop on a pogo stick? Right? It'll be like,
Pull over. Pull over. Don't make me call the jump rope squad.
I would think the squad car cop is to the cop on a bike as the sketch artist is to the Etch-a-Sketch artist. They'd be like, okay, what did he look like? Okay. Was he going downstairs by chance? No? Okay. What's that? He had a scar? Well, you gotta tell me that. Thanks a lot, everybody. Good night.
Ted will now invoke his right of prima nocte, bringing in all the married ladies.